Hey everybody, welcome back to Cruise Control. It is Friday, October 27th, 2023. Welcome to Cruise Control, the home of entertainment news. I'm your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Halloween weekend. I know it's Tuesday, but it's still, we're encroaching on that Halloween season. So thank you for being here on Cruise Control. We have a great time tonight. And joining me back, as always, is my lovely co-host, Miss Sabrina Vittori. Sabrina, welcome back to the program. How you doing tonight? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how you having a good day? Good Friday?
Yeah, I had a great day today. Thank you for asking. Hi, Queen. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Are you excited about tonight because it's Friday or what?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking in the chat. Yes, I'm very excited. Very excited. It's Friday.
I think you need a drink for that. I think you need to take a drink.
Sorry, I fucked up.
And call it good. Because also joining us back on Cruise Control for this Friday is the queen of Drunk Friday herself, Miss Rachel Blakely. Rachel, welcome back to Cruise Control. How you doing, Rachel?
Hi, I'm doing good. Coming live from Las Vegas this week. So.
Oh, nice.
But always happy to take time out to go ahead and spend Friday the best place you can be on a Friday.
Woo! Woo-hoo. I appreciate that. What's up, GR? Welcome in the chat, too.
Hi, chat.
Yeah, it's good to have you here, Rachel. We're going to have a good time tonight. It is Friday, as always. You know, we're just having a great time on Cruise Control because we're joined by one more person, Rachel. I don't think you've been on the show with him before, but this guy right here, actor, writer, director, creator, this guy is hilarious as shit, and he is going to be your best friend tonight. Everybody, welcome to the program, Mr. David Goldsmith. Goldie, what's going on? Welcome back to Cruise Control.
Fancy.
Happy Friday, baby.
How you doing, Goldie?
I'm good. I'm in my dungeon. I've got a couple of nubile ladies here standing by for me to finish this. Quiet! For me here. And it's Dungeon Friday, Alcohol Friday, Fun Time Friday, Fuck You Friday.
How's the podcast going?
Super good.
Nice. Well, happy to have you back. Everybody, it's Friday, as we said. We drink on Fridays. We call it Drunk Friday. You know, we'll have a few drinks tonight for your first time on Cruise Control, and we'll have a great time. Everybody, cheers. Happy Friday. We made it through the week, and hope you have a great weekend, everybody. Happy Halloween, too.
Hi, Chris.
But as we do on Cruise Control, well,
as we do.
That drink got me a little bit, guys.
What up, Queen? What's up, Queen?
That got me a little bit. What's up, Queen? Yeah, as we do on Cruise Control, you know, we sit down and we talk about the topics, we get into it really hard, and you know what? It wouldn't be a day that ends with why if there wasn't some breaking news. Come on. All right. The first thing that I want to dive right into is, I want to talk about Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift is a billionaire.
Shocking.
There you go. She became a billionaire. And for me, it's like I kind of expected it because honestly, she's been kicking ass in the box office with her Eras tour. She's been making music for how long, everybody? And she's always killing it. And people just love them some Tay-Tay, some Taylor Swift. And she's killing it so much she made $1 billion. So it's time for her, now that she's joined the $1 billion club, to tell all those executives over there at Disney, she needs to tell them, hey, everybody, it's time to share the wealth. Because right now, everybody, the AMPTP is still negotiating with SAG-AFTRA, and they have not made a deal, but it sounds like they're getting very close, because this weekend they're going to actually continue sitting down. They're stopping today, apparently getting very close, and they're going to continue Saturday, and even Sunday, they said, in hopes to get a deal, because the AMPTP put out there that if there is no deal by next week, they said, we're going to stop talking until the new year. Which I think is just smoke and mirrors, because they really just want to, like, you know, they want us to be upset. They want us to think that never get a deal. They want to scare the actors so they don't sign a deal, I think. But overall, that's not going to happen. I feel like this weekend it is coming because people want to get back to work and they want to make some money. And, you know, because of the strike, we've lost a lot of shows. Like Rabbit Hole just got canceled. If you were a fan of Rabbit Hole, it's gone with Kiefer Sutherland. They did one season, debuted in March, did 8 episodes, and he was pushing before the strike happened to have some more happen. And then what happened? canceled, because this is what happens right now during a strike. They cancel projects. Maybe they were looking at things too much and being like, maybe we can save some money not doing that, because that's going away. But also Fatal Attraction is going away. So you've been watching this show too. Fatal Attraction is gone. Of course, is based off the 1987 movie. Joshua Jackson, Lizzie Kaplan is in this. It debuted in April as well. I know Sabrina watched a little bit of it. I watched some of it. It was all right, but they were saying it's all because of cost cutting. Again, strikes. Again, that's not worth it at the end of the day for Paramount. So they'll probably shop it around, and O'Keefer will probably try to shop around Rabbit Hole. But it's a big deal to be making money in the business. And they're saying that the new Hunger Games is going to do pretty good. They're saying about $50 million opening weekend, which, for a production, it's a production of about $100 million. So $50 million wouldn't be bad. But I would think that this, going into this whole thing, the Songbirds of Snakes, you would think that they would be projecting even more money. And we have some time, though. November's a little ways away. But I would think it'd be a little bit more. I mean, of course, original franchise made $3 billion for all the movies. And this, it's a prequel series. They're trying to go 100 years. No, it's 64 years. 64 years before Jennifer Lawrence's whole franchise. So you would expect to be on that $3 billion club as well. But we'll have to wait and see what happens, because I think it might do better than this. This is early projections off early ticket sales, and you just never know, because people love them dystopia, crazy, futuristic world, just like Cyberpunk 2077. If you're a fan of this game, there is a movie continuing forward by CD Projekt Red, and they're partnering with Anonymous Content to make this a live action product. They've been trying for years, and now they're close in collaboration with a great team, they're saying, to move this forward. It's early stages. We have no idea where it's going yet. The companies are now working to get a screenwriter, and we'll see where it develops. If you're a fan of this, there's also a Netflix series coming as well, but you're gonna get more of this dark, gritty world of Cyberpunk 2077. And somebody that doesn't like dark, gritty worlds is Reese Witherspoon, because Reese Witherspoon came forward and said, I don't want to do that. She said, as an actor, it's not for me. I don't want to do dark, gritty movies. And she says, I know who I am. I know what people want to see me do, and it's not the dark, gritty movies. She says, I'm going to stick to the light tone stuff. I'm going to have a great time. I'm going to be, bubbly and happy. And she said, it's not what the cool kids are doing. I get it. I'm not a cool kid. I'm not doing that. But she's optimistic that everyone's excited about everything she's doing. So why would she change from that formula and do something else that's not for her? Maybe she'll join, the Garbage Pail Kids, because they're doing a Garbage Pail Kids animated series. Maybe she could do a crazy voice list, but maybe it's too dark for her. But if you ever heard this show, the Garbage Pail Kids was like a card collection back in the 80s. And they're about people who died in the most mysterious and crazy and death-defying ways. And then there was pretty much dead bodies and creepy characters on cards making fun of the Cabbage Patch Kids. But they're going to do a show. Danny McBride's been trying to develop this since, I think it was like 2021. And now it's apparently moving forward more. He's got David Gordon on board, and him and David Gordon have been working on a bunch of stuff. And he says, we're trying to make this happen. They want to make it, originally want to make a kids thing, but it's not a kids thing. It's like gross characters that die. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's like you do Cabbage Patch Kids if you want a family friend thing. You do Garbage Pail Kids if you want something that's not. So to me, keep it adult, which they will. Danny McBride will have that kind of humor, and just make it gruesome. And you know what also is gruesome, and it's also a serious fact, is John Lennon's death. Very gruesome, very fucking unfortunate, but they're doing a docu-series actually narrated by Kiefer Sutherland. So that's moving forward. They're actually making this happen, and they're saying it's going to cover a lot of stuff they never talked about in the limelight, and Kiefer's going to be there getting the facts to put it out to you, covering and revisiting John Lennon's murder investigation and his murder trial. So over 50 years of footage, or 50 years since it happened, the Beatles broke up, 40 years since his death, and they're excited about it. And also, as excited as people are excited about, the Beatles, because the Beatles next week, I think it's, next week they're having their last song come out, everybody. So if you're a fan of the Beatles, their last song's coming out. And you're probably like, what do you mean? We talked about this before, but they actually had John Lennon's voice for one track that he created, and they used AI to finish it. And then Paul McCartney came to the studio, Ringo came to the studio, they had George Harrison stuff, and they put it all together and released. Now coming out, Now and Then it's coming out November 2nd. So if you're a fan of the Beatles, you're getting one more track, one more time, and then that's it. But it's one last track you never thought you'd get. So a lot of breaking news happening, everybody. Very exciting times in Hollywood. And I hope that strike ends soon. I mean, we don't know. Again, this weekend looks very promising, everybody. It looks very promising. We'll keep you posted as always. But I want everybody here to have a second to go over all this breaking news. So now it's time for some hot takes. Let's get it. everybody, I want to dive into some hot takes. And hot takes is your first time here. Everybody gets a man in the clock. They get to talk about all these topics. If they're fiery about one thing, they can talk about that, but try to talk about them all because it's hot take time. And honestly, it's Drunk Friday. So on Drunk Friday, everybody, first time Goldie and Rachel are here. Rachel, you were here last time, but if you don't get all topics covered in that time, everybody, you might have to drink. That's all I'm saying right now. So it's time for some hot takes. And I'm going to go with Rachel first here. So Rachel, you want to go first? You ready for this?
Well, let's do it.
Okay. I'm going to give you your hot takes. You ready? Going in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
All right, I'm going to hit them all. 2 of the shows that are being canceled. I haven't watched them. I don't care they're being canceled. Taylor Swift being a billionaire. Get it, girl. It's about time. She's killing it out there with her tour. She made tons of money on her tour. She's put out, between the original recordings and the re-recordings, like 14 albums at this point. So she's killing it there. What else? Hunger Games. I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to make a ton of money. John Lennon docuseries. I hope they handle it well. I think that's kind of a nuanced topic for 1 minute, but Beatles single. Why? Half of them are dead. Nobody.
Wow.
People were asking for it. People are asking for it.
Very upsetting.
But
Very upsetting.
I have weird feelings about post-mortem releases when the artists don't have a say on it. Let's see what else was there. Reese Witherspoon, cool. Garbage Pail.
Drink, Rachel, drink.
Drink, Rachel, you tried. It's okay. It's good.
For 1 minute, Brian. You got to cut it down to like 5.
No, he makes it hard. He's making it hard.
Making it harder for a Friday. You have to make it harder. And it's all drink. Everybody drink. And we're in unison here.
Wow.
Welcome back, David. Welcome back.
Hey.
All right.
Great time.
Goldie, you want to do it? You ready, Goldie, for your hot takes?
I can't wait. Yeah.
Are you sure? You sure you're ready?
Oh, fucking light the goddamn wick.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, Goldie. Going in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
All right, Taylor Swift. Let's swiftly get this shit over with. Engelbert Humperdinck was a great singer, but I can't listen to the shit. Like, I can't listen to her shit. But you know what? Good for her. Billionaire. Go for it. Make it happen, baby. You know what? You want some of my money? Show me your tits. Number 2, Rabbit Hole. Couldn't give a shit. Fatal Attraction canceled. Cyberpunk. Whatever. Hunger Games. Oh, okay. Hunger Games. Yeah, all right. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what else there is to look at anymore. Reese Witherspoon, the only thing that she doesn't do, dark roles. You know what's the only darker thing is the fucking pit her career is in. Fuck her. Garbage Pail Kids. Garbage Pail Kids. You kidding me? I fucking love Garbage Pail Kids. It's the greatest thing that ever happened. It's the scariest, most wonderfully erotic little toy ever. Oops. John Lennon, I'd like to know more. The Beatles. I can't get enough Beatles, babe. So let's bring that going on. And last but not least, that's it.
Yeah, I think the SAG strike too. The SAG strike. I think you missed that.
Oh, boo! Drink again. Drink again.
And Cyberpunk.
It's a
Gladly. No, he said Cyberpunk.
He said Cyberpunk.
He went.
Yeah, it's Cyberpunk. And
A good take.
All right, Sabrina, you ready for your hot takes?
I have a dog. What? Yes, sure.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Okay, so Taylor Swift. What? Oh, hi, Eden. Thank you. Taylor Swift, billionaire. I think of a lot of more shitty and unqualified people to be billionaires, like any fucking Kardashian. So get it, girl. The SAG-AFTRA strike, they're working over the weekend, so hopefully something will come of this. I am not super hopeful, but I guess more positive than I've been in the past. Rabbit Hole, Fatal Attraction. Both shows subpar. Rabbit Hole is better than Fatal Attraction, but I'm not going to miss either one of them. Hunger Games. I'm surprised they're predicting it at such a low number because the first 3 films were so fucking popular. So that's a little bit weird, but whatever. I guess it's a whole new cast. Cyberpunk can fuck itself with Reese Witherspoon. Obviously, you're not doing dark roles. She's like a quintessential Barbie fucking cheerleader. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to miss you in a horror movie. Also, Garbage Pail Kids. I agree with Goldie. They were pretty fucking awesome. That was my jam when I was younger. John Lennon, love him. Queen, to answer your question, no, they did not let us kill a girl. He's still in jail. And the Beatles now and then, I cannot fucking wait for Rachel, suck it. They fucking got permission from Yoko and it's fucking good to go. Woo!
I think it's exciting for the Beatles song. Like, come on. I mean, it's just like one of those things that even Paul McCartney was like, this is amazing. And he never thought he'd say it right now. He was like, but at this time, in this day and age, like, I'm going to say the last Beatles song is coming. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Hi, Jacob.
Hey, Jacob.
Everybody. Salvation, Jacob, what's
no
up?
bombs for Sabrina. No bombs for Sabrina. We're done with that.
No, I won. By the way, I won.
I think you did win, but I'm going to still drink for you, Sabrina.
I'm not drinking, but everyone else should drink because you lost.
Oh, come on.
Thank you. Goldie, where's your drink? Drink.
I'm sorry.
But before we dive in any further, because Pepe had some issues the past few weeks, he's been fighting with cats. So he said some things. He wanted to go out in the field and rectify the situation. So he sat down with the top cat of the world and he figured it out. So everybody, here's Pepe's interview. He's not here today, but he sent it in because he was so tuckered out he went to sleep. But here's his take right now with Top Cat. Get it, Peps.
I'm disappointed. I don't like to be disappointed. It's so unnecessary.
Top Cat! My man. You know I was just playing around. You know I love cats.
Hush, puppy. I still got some things I want to say to you. You're coming to my home, having disrespected me and my people. Why should I trust you? Why should I believe you when you say sorry? And you love me.
My apologies, Top Cat. Relax, man.
And Vinny.
And Vinny. Okay, Vinny. Vinny too. Whoa! Oh shit! Vinny! What's up, man? Why you looking at me like that?
And all kids.
Whoa. I don't know about all the other cats. I mean, there's some dogs out there that I don't like either. Look here, man. I am trying to have an open mind for all animals. But there's some assholes out there. It doesn't matter the fur type. I just wanted you to know that, me and you, we cool, we good. And you can trust me because I'm gonna go public with this. I have a new segment on my show coming out. It's a sit-down interview format, and I would like to invite you to be my first guest. So we can set the record straight, brother. Me and you, all the way to the top.
You came here today to reason together. As a reasonable cat, I'm willing to do what is necessary to find a peaceful solution.
My brother, so we'll sit down next week, you and me?
When have I ever refused an accommodation?
Speaking of accommodations, I bought a little peace offering. Check that out. Some fly shit right there. That's what I do, son. There ain't nothing but love in the room.
Now that's an offer I can't refuse.
Thank you, Pepe. He's just putting that out there in the world.
Very dramatic. Very dramatic. Yeah.
Goldie's gonna drink on that note. But Pepe's just trying to fix the world. He's trying to be a good person, and he's just a loving cat. He loves cats. So it is. But, we got a lot to talk about tonight, everybody. So now it's time to get into it. Come on. All right, the very first thing that I want to start talking about is, I want to talk about Black Phone, because Black Phone 2 is coming, everybody. And if you know this movie, if you've seen this movie with Ethan Hawke, the way it ends, it seems like it's the ending, but apparently they're planning on doing more. They want to do a whole Black Phone universe. They want to just keep these going because it made so much money at $16 to $18 million, and they made $161.4 million. They're saying that the idea is sort of whole franchise, and the next one's coming out in 2025. And for me, I'm like, do we really need this? Because it's such a good send-off. If you haven't seen this movie, go check it out. It's on Peacock. But it's like such a good story in one thing, and the way it ends and the way it's all about like kidnapping kids. And Ethan Hawke is so fucking creepy, and his whole game that he plays, it's a lot. He's a great job. But I don't want to see more of these types of movies. It's a tough movie to watch overall. And now they want to make a whole universe off of it. I really don't think it's the right move. But again, it's the Halloween season. People are talking about what can we make something out of. And Black Phone 2 is coming. And again, I'm not sold on it. But I want to go to my guests right now and see what they say about this, because it did really well. And should they make more of it? What do we think about this? Goldie, did you see Black Phone 2 or Black Phone 1? And would you want to see a whole universe based off that? And if you haven't, do you think this idea of a movie that's like really a bit about kidnapping kids and murdering them, is that a good idea to bring out for a whole franchise moving forward? This is not the Saw franchise.
Yeah, I mean, kidnapping kids and murdering them. I mean, what else are they good for? Honestly, in all seriousness, there's so many fucking stupid ideas out there, and we're rehashing so much old shit. This is a little bit original in a weird way, and I'm open to it. I'm not against it. I saw the first film. My son made me sit through it. We went to Halloween Horror Nights here in Los Angeles, California, Universal Studios. And
nice.
There was a whole black phone themed thing, kind of scary. There's something to it. Am I thrilled? No. But it could go somewhere. If A24 is involved, aren't they? Isn't it A24?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they're running the town.
I'm fond. Yeah, I'm fond of the choices they've been making creatively. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm open to it.
Yeah, well, I think you're gonna get. But a whole cinematic universe, though, Goldie. Like, where can they go with this? Is it a new killer? Because spoiler,
White
everybody,
phone, yellow phone, purple phone. I don't know. But I think that's kind of the cool thing, is the fact that you're even wondering, like, what could happen. Obviously, the brains at A24, and I think there are brains there. They got something cooking. So if it was, look, if this was like a Stephen J. Cannell production from the 1980s, I'd say we're fucked. But this isn't. This is like something cool. So A24, man, I'm a big fan. I'm looking forward to them giving a chance to my rated R comedy, Tempting Quinn. And
put it out there. Put it out there.
I'm a big fan, man.
That's cool. And David Banner's saying too, like, why is everything gotta be a sequel? That's what just happens. Someone does well, makes that kind of money, they make another one. That's just how it goes. It's like they see that as a gold mine, especially at $16 to $18 million for production budget. Nowadays, that's cheap, and you make $161 million. That's what they want. They want these horror movies, these kind of suspense thrillers that cost around $10 to $15 million, and then they can make $100 million off. It's a big win for.
By the way, Tempting Quinn, $2 million. We could do it for $2 million, just so everyone knows.
$2 million. It's an amazing. Anyone that wants to fund an incredibly funny rated R comedy,
amazing, hilarious,
$2 million,
spectacular
movie that will triple their fucking income overnight. Give us a call.
Hit us up. Send us a comment. Comment, share it, bring it over here to Cruise Control. You can find Goldie, get him in, hit him up. Let's talk about it. Sabrina, what do you think about this? Is this something you want to see, a cinematic universe based off Black Phone? Do you want to see something continue? Because again, spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen it, take 1 second, plug your ears, and then count to 2, and I'm going to say this when I say start. Ready? Start. He fucking dies. They blow his fucking brains out. He's fucking dead. There's no coming back, so it's got to be a new serial killer, new person. If he would have lived, they could be like, let's play a game. It was a Saw guy. That would make sense to me. But Sabrina, do you think you can find a child murderer to bring forward and make some of this? It seems like a lot to me.
Who says it has to be a child murderer? Maybe it's like a different theme and a different phone. Like the phone still exists. Maybe someone moves into that house and, there's a whole new sicko doing, other fucked up and shitty things. And, maybe it's not children, maybe it's women, or maybe it's a psycho bitch killing men. Who fucking knows? They can go in a lot of directions with it. I agree with Goldie in the respect that it was kind of original and a little bit weird and a little bit, unexpected. Like the only reason why I watched it, by the way, was because of Ethan Hawke. Like I would not have watched it otherwise, to be clear, but it really wasn't. It was different. I didn't hate it. I think he did a really good job. Although there were many times where I was very uncomfortable with him when he was like sitting there like with the shirt off and holding the belt and the mat. Like, oh my god! Like it was very off-putting.
Yeah, him
very
sitting there
off-putting
in that
and
chair,
uncomfortable.
just like being like waiting for the kid to come upstairs.
Didn't care for that. But like, I guess horror movies are supposed to make you feel uncomfortable, so they did a good job. I don't know. I'd be down to check out a second one and see if it doesn't suck, and then maybe go from there.
Well, we're going to get it. It's going to happen. So, Rachel, do you feel in the same way? Do you want to see this? Because, again, like Goldie was saying, like, we're making us wonder, making us question, what can they do next? Sabrina's kind of saying the same thing. She's like, well, maybe some moves in the house. You think that's
also a prequel? That's a great idea, too. Whoever, a backstory prequel. That's also a great idea. We can go back. Who lived in the house before him? And that black phone's always been there. And
Hulk fucking smashed David Banner. Thank you so much for that comment. That's great. You're right. What do you think, Rachel? Could that be the route they go with this, or could you see it being something different?
Admittedly, I did not see the first one.
Oh, Rachel.
Sorry for that spoiler.
Thanks for joining us, Rachel. Have a great weekend.
It's over a year old. It's my fault if I haven't seen it at this point. So it's horror is the one genre that you can make a million sequels to things and it just seems to be okay. So sure, go for a sequel. I'm never going to question a horror sequel. They always seem to make money. It seems to be the one genre that can get away with it a lot. Like the comments and Sabrina said, a prequel. Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
They
I could see a prequel.
Copycat Killer. They could do all sorts of. There's a lot of different ways you could do a sequel for child murder.
I didn't think about the copycat killer. You're right. There could be somebody
in the
else
background there.
that's wearing the mask. Oh, that was the kids. Remember the kid in the whole thing? Like he gets a phone, and then the ghost is talking to him, being like, "Do this, do that, do this move," and so you can practice how to take out Ethan
It's
Hawke.
very dark. I couldn't really see.
Yeah, that was that whole moment. That was that whole moment. But yeah,
it's a decent movie.
it's a good. I mean,
I mean, 24 always puts out quality movies. It's just I just didn't catch it.
yeah, you can still watch it on the Cock right now if you want to. I think it's out there right now, so it's readily available on the Cock.
I'll keep my eye on the Cock.
Love the cock.
it's a big thing, but I like those ideas. I think a prequel could be good. I think that idea is great. I mean, this is happening, but a whole cinematic universe, Sabrina, really? You think that's really the route? A cinematic universe?
I mean, it seems like a lot, but I do feel like there are a lot of directions they can go, and I'm going to echo Goldie again. A24. I'm not mad at it. Like, I feel like if they can do a good job with the second one, then I'll be on board with more. I mean, there's 10 fucking Saws, and nobody liked all of those movies. You know what I mean? Like, there's a couple winners, couple losers, and a lot of bullshit in between. But hopefully A24 can do a better job.
And there's more Saws coming because the last one made money, and they said if it made money, they would keep moving forward.
Bad reviews on the last one, though.
I know, but it still made money, and they set the ending up.
More than half of them have gotten bad reviews.
Yeah.
Well, the first one was really good, and then they fucking swaled off into the sunset, doing a horrible job of everything and like making it something that it never should have been. I thought this coming back to like the origin would be, something more spectacular. I didn't see it, so don't take my word for it. I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I need to see it.
I do want to see it, and I will see it, but I thought that this might have been like a rebirth for it. But it doesn't sound like it is.
I want to watch. Queen says I want to watch. Just as a cock whenever I can, she says. Yeah, you want to. Everybody.
Sorry, I was a little late on that one. The comments come later than like when you post them. It's like at least a 45-second delay. So if you wonder why it doesn't come up when you say it, it's because like on the platform it has to transfer from YouTube. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. But I mean,
David Banner's not really into the cock himself. You know what? To each his own, David Banner. You can be into whatever you want to be into.
Jacob, do you like the cock?
Just put it out there.
Your son? Are you asking your son?
Yeah, well, I noticed he was in the text there. He
has a mustache problem, not a cock problem.
Well, it's a very popular streaming network. It really is. But something that was also very popular in the 80s that apparently is coming back is the Highlander series. So if you were a fan of the Highlander series with Christopher Lambert, or Sean Connery was in there too, or if you were watching the TV show with Duncan MacLeod, the Clan MacLeod, you're getting more Highlander moving forward. And I don't know if it's a huge thing for a lot of people, but I love these in the 80s. Well, the first one came out in 1986. There Can Be Only One. Anything that has Queen as the main song for the soundtrack, I'm down. Rock it out. Here we are. That whole thing, and Who Wants to Live Forever, the song by Queen, amazing. But Lionsgate is moving forward with the Highlander, and they're doing a reboot with, of course, Henry Cavill is the man attached to it to play the main Highlander for this. He's been attached for years, but now they finally announced that the writers are getting moving again. This is happening. It's moving forward, and Lionsgate is trying to sell it for distribution right now. They're trying to get somebody else attached to it, and they said from the 31st to the 5th, they're really going after people trying to have bidding wars over this product, and they're going to move forward and start producing it too. And they said this is going to be a kind of it's like a prequel, but they're also saying it's going to tie in the TV show, the movie. It's going to tie all this together. It's going to be before the gathering if you're a fan of that, where all the Highlanders get together and fight to whoever be the one. And the director of John Wick is actually playing the whole thing. So you have John Wick's director taking over the realm for this whole franchise and moving forward. And their hope and goals are, with Henry Cavill attached, they can do a whole new series, or maybe they have ideas for a TV show too to branch off it as well. And a lot of people loved this back in the 80s. Like I said, Christopher Lambert was fucking awesome. You had a huge cast. But again, it's not for everybody. It's something that, again, we're reaching into the past, pulling out and trying to find something to make it relevant again today. And is it relevant? Is it necessary? Do we want to see it? That's the big question. Rachel, were you ever a fan of this? Do you think this is a good IP to bring that IP-ness back and like make it something relevant again today? Or do you think that you should just like, leave this in the 80s and, it was good for what it was and just let it be?
I don't think all IP-ness works, but this seems like a really strong, hard IP-ness that they could definitely ride into the future.
Woo! Love the puns.
Goldie's face.
So funny.
Due to the nature of how the Highlander works, you could bring this show back infinitely. Just with different actors, it doesn't matter. It's totally fine. If there's a demand for it, if they're going to respect the original property, sure, go for it.
Yeah, they're talking about that. They're talking about bringing actually, maybe even crossing things over, tying into the old franchise. Have you ever been a fan of this series at all?
I don't think they should bring back a CGI Muppet of Sean Connery. I'm not here for a CGI dead dude.
Sean Connery.
Let the dead rest. I think we don't need to bring back any deceased Highlanders. If you can use archival footage, sure, maybe. But I don't like the trend of the CGI dead dudes.
And that's a good point to put out there because that is the thing. And Sean Connery was a very big part of this franchise. Yeah. And he was like training, Connor to become the next Highlander. And he was fucking great in this. He was so good. I love Sean Connery in this. But maybe leave that alone. But they're talking about, playing along with it might continue some stuff, tie into other franchises. So if that's the case, they might be thinking about that. But you're right, leave that away because sometimes they start doing the Flash, and it's like we don't want to see that again. We don't want to see that at all. Yeah. Goldie, have you watched these movies before, or maybe the TV series?
I watched the original Highlander. And I gotta tell you, I loved it. Rutger Hauer, right? Wasn't he involved in the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great fucking movie. And then I was done. So I'm not going to jump into the next round of this bullshit. I say this all the time. Sometimes enough's enough. And the greatest example of that is any of the Jaws franchise. The greatest movie ever made, in my opinion, hands down on every level, is Jaws.
Great movie.
And every Jaws remake or a prequel or whatever has been atrocious. So the bottom line is, I'm not a big fan of part 1, 2, 3, and 4. It works really well with some things, the Star Wars universe, etc. But Highlander is Highlander. It's now becoming Lowlander. I'm done with it. I'm not terribly interested. Sean Connery was great, but it's time to move on. I mean, I don't need Conan 27. I don't need Highlander the fucking musical.
Arnold wants to do that too.
I don't need this. You know what I mean? I just don't fucking need it. What I need is some substance. Sabrina said on a recent podcast or recent episode, everything, everywhere, all at once. I mean, how many times do we have to say that so that the studios start to listen and understand we want something we've never experienced before? That's what we want. That's the whole reason I, as a creative, wake up every day, is to provide something you haven't seen before. I mean, there's no doubt. And other podcasts and episodes of your show, you talked about stealing. Stealing is absolutely important, but it's your twist on it that matters. Mm-hmm. And Highlander 27 isn't a twist. It's Highlander 27. So take the Highlander concept and do something with it and add your own garlic and call it your own. What we're doing right now is atrocious and embarrassing. For people like me and you and Sabrina and others that work in the industry and we endure the bullshit like strikes, and all the reasons we strike for, we do it because we want to create something to enthrall and enthuse and inspire and change our moment in life. And these rehashes and these sequels, they're an excuse to exploit as much money as they can out of our fucking pockets, but it's not what's driving the industry. It's everything, everywhere, all at once that's driving the industry. It's River runs through it. It's the original Star Wars. It's the original Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's taking chances on filmmakers and ideas that, it may not have a franchisable exit at the ending. But they're not
100%.
But when they do, they will reap the rewards. And Everything Everywhere All at Once is a great example of that.
Proof.
Goldie, I want to ask you, we had this question yesterday or Wednesday, but they want to Matthew Vaughn was talking about rebooting Star Wars and how he wants to do it all over again. Would you be about something like that? Because you bring Star Wars up. You think that'd be a good idea to recast Luke Skywalker and Leia and all that? You think that'd be a smart move?
It's hard to even comment on that because that in itself is its own thing. Star Wars isn't even a movie franchise. It is its own universe. It's its own stratosphere. I don't know what more can be mined from that fucking pit, but maybe there is more. For me, I don't care if I ever see another Star Wars anything. I have seen what I need to see. Look, Mandalorian.
You like Mando?
The first season of Mandalorian was eye-opening and exciting and interesting, and I think they did a great job with it. It didn't change my life, and I'm not better for having seen it like I was when I saw the original Star Wars. But it's cool, and I'm open to cool. I'm open to fodder. But to redo, rehash, create a whole new thing, hey, man, maybe there's something there. I'm not saying there isn't. Does it excite me? No. But does an idea from a kid in the middle of nowhere in Podunk, Indiana, who just wants to tell his story about something that he experienced on mushrooms in the woods in a frozen bog, I want to see that. But no one's going to give that kid a fucking chance because right now, the only thing that motivates the motion picture industry is return.
Recycling.
Yeah.
It's not about investment. It's only about return. And that's the problem. And so how do you grow or build or create or even expand without investment? So it's time to start talking about investment. Make an investment in the employees and settle the goddamn strike. Make an investment in yourself as an industry to know that the people that you're going to pay are going to deliver to you exactly what you want them to deliver to you. And the reality is what you want them to deliver to you is the opportunity to change audiences' lives by providing something unique and interesting and fun and original. And that requires investment. And everybody's fucking scared of investment. And they're only cared about return. So until that shifts, we're going to be in this world of 1,000 fucking, bullshit Marvel fucking buses hurtling at you to the center of the screen down the center of the fucking street. Some asshole swinging on a fucking rope with laser beams that shoots off his nipples and all that bullshit. It's this is what we're going to get because there's no investment. It's only return.
That's the world we live in, though, Goldie. You're right. It's always about that. That's what I was saying before. It's like they also want to make more money. That's what it comes down to in the day. It's like, what's the most money you're going to we want something that's cheap. Always these horror movies like A24 do really well because it's cheap. It's like 10 to 15 million, and they know they can make $200 million. That's a big return for them.
Yeah, but Brian, in the world of horror, there is more investment in chance taking than there is in any other genre.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
That's why
Look at
A24
Exorcist.
is a player. That's why A24 is a player. They recognize they can take chances. Many of your audience won't even know the word I'm about to say. Corman. Anyone even know what I mean when I say Corman?
Oh, yeah. All of the Corman franchise? Corman, all of his movies. Roger Corman, all the movies he made. How many movies did he make?
Hundreds. Possibly thousands in a fucking warehouse in Venice Beach. Toxic Avenger would be a great example of one of them.
We talked about that. They're doing a reboot of that.
This guy put in a couple of $100,000. He was brilliant, and he realized that the genre and the world where he could make the most influential work was in horror, and A24 is no different, and I commend them. Like I say, I don't want to sit through purple phone, blue phone, black phone. It's not my thing, but I get it. And I understand why they're doing it because it allows them to do everything everywhere all at once. And I keep using that as a reference because name another picture like it.
That's why I use it. I use it all the time on the fucking show. All the fucking time. It's the best example of taking a fucking chance. It's the best example.
You should watch. There's a trailer, there's a teaser out for the Toxic Avenger with Peter Dinklage. That's coming out too. It's going to be. I think it's early.
Can I say midget? I have a little person.
No,
I
think it's little person.
Check it out. I mean, it looks good.
Thank you.
If you're a fan of that Roger Corman world, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. I honestly think so. He's done a lot of movies.
Yeah, 100%. And to say I'm a fan of the Roger Corman world is a little bit of a stretch. I personally can't sit through most of it. I'm not that guy. It's not what I like. I prefer refined work. I spent the last 35 years of my life working so hard to hit every note properly, like a fine musician. The people that work in Hollywood, people don't even understand this. A film crew are a bunch of session players. That's what we are. We're
Yep.
like jazz musicians to show up. We have our
100%.
fucking gig bag. We got our drumsticks. We got our horn. We got our cymbals. Whatever it is we play. And we show up and we just fucking open the sheet of music and we make it happen. And we refine our craft. You know, people think, oh, you know, roofers and people that dig dishes and all that. It's very important, and I wouldn't belittle the work that they do, but they belittle the work that we do. No one has any fucking tolerance for all these people in Hollywood are crying. You don't understand the amount of time and effort. It takes 10,000 hours to be good at something. And I've spent way more than that trying to be a filmmaker and actually succeeding at it. And I will tell you that that is what we're striking for. We're striking not for recognition that we put the time in and did the work. We're striking because we put that result into our work on behalf of the producers that pay us to do our job. And in turn, we provide them the session. We give them the sheet of, we give them the fucking orchestration, and it's done. And in return, we want to be reconciled for that and compensated for it. And the reality is back to what I said earlier. It's about the investment. And few studios are making the investment in the direction that's sustainable and exciting and going to keep the industry alive. Right now, we are on a fucking train wreck crash course into the oblivion of, again, lasers shooting out of your fucking nipples for no reason at all.
Pew, pew, pew.
I'm over it.
I agree with you, Goldie. And that's
Goldie's
why we keep...
anti-laser nipples.
Yeah. leave the laser nipples out and
Fair
continue forward with the art. Goldie, you're right, because that's where we're at right now. And it's like, that's why everybody's fighting really hard. And that's why there are people that were trying to like sign a petition to be like, don't give in right now, because if you give in right now, what was all this fucking time worth? Because there is a group of people out there that really are like, they just want to get back to work. They don't care. We'll get back to work, and they don't care that, you know, everybody else won't get a good deal. And that's where we're at. We're fighting, you know, we're fighting internally now, and that's what the AMPTP wants.
David Banner just posted on the chat. I'm going to just want to...
Little shop of horrors.
Yeah, so let me give you an example of how fucked up the industry is now compared to Roger Corman days. Now, if I walk into a studio and said, I got an idea, just hear me out. The guy finds a man-eating plant from outer space, and he's in love with a girl. In order to get her attention, he starts killing the people in the neighborhood and feeding it to the fucking plant. And the plant gives him special powers. You would be fucking kicked out of the fucking studio. Your fucking name
100%.
revoked. You would never get through security ever again. Roger Corman said, wait a second, so he feeds who to what? And the movie got fucking made. That was with Jack Nicholson.
Huge.
We just had that. Just had that there. Boom.
Yeah.
There it is.
The reality is that that's what's missing. And I'm
Thanks,
sorry
Queen.
Sorry for, Queen motherfucker. And, you know, the reality is, I'm sorry for preaching, but I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued as a performer, fatigued as an artist. I'm fatigued as somebody who works in the support end of the industry as well. You know, the reality is, there's a reason we're on strike. I say stay strong. I say let's get what we need to get. Because what's not sustainable is the course that the AMPTP, the producers, the studios is on. So if we can at least get on a sustainable course so that we can ride out whatever fucking train wreck they want to load us onto, that's fine. But
Which
we
they're
are not,
super into.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
100%.
The reality is we really, it is time for Hollywood to listen to your show and to listen to the people that are chatting in your chat, because we are the people that are paying for the goddamn tickets to go see this shit that they're putting out.
It's very true.
Every day, day in, day out, all of us are. And we are looking for something better. We're looking for something good. We're looking for stimulation. We're looking for something that fucking makes us excited and not just the same old bullshit just with a fucking new sticker placed on top of it. That's what we get a lot of times.
Grease with a spoon. Do a dark roll, you cunt.
Do a fucking dark roll. You're
her.
fucking better than that.
Fuck her.
So Sabrina, you want to see a Highlander?
Phone too.
Yeah. So Sabrina, you want to see a Highlander reboot or what?
I'm honestly I think Goldie really summed up everything that I feel about it. The only thing that I can add to everything that he said is that there is one thing that does make me remotely happy about this, is that it's the director of John Wick, because I love John Wick and I'm obsessed with John Wick. My favorite action franchise. I will watch all of the John Wicks. I have not watched The Continental, and I don't know if I'll watch Ballerina, but John Wick, I'm in. So that's the only thing that I can add to everything he said. That was very eloquently put, perfectly said. I agree with everything. Chris wants you to run for president, by the way. And also, whilst you were talking for 74 minutes, Goldie, thank you for that. Ryan,
I enjoyed it.
Right.
I enjoyed it.
I'm just busting your balls. Ryan asked us all to drink. So if we get a 4-shot, Everybody can do a
How about,
cheers.
How about Cavill though, Sabrina? Do you want to see Cavill?
No, fuck him. I don't like him.
I think he'd be great for
Yeah,
fucking.
whatever. I just don't like him. He's not my favorite. Oh, there he goes again. Ryan, that's for you.
Yeah, I think he'd be fucking great as a Highlander. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just don't. He was. You know what? Recently, Nick at work pointed out that he was in the Tudors, and I actually remember him being in the Tudors, and he was very good.
He was really
That is
good.
the last thing and the only thing that I could remember
Thank you,
me
David Banner.
not being annoyed with him at. So, whatever. I don't know. I didn't watch The Witcher. I don't like him as Superman. Like, he's just not, I didn't like him in Mission Impossible. He's just not my guy. I'm sorry. He's, Ryan Reynolds, that's my guy.
But this seems like a good crossover with The
Reynolds
Witcher.
was the Highlander.
Oh, but he couldn't be because he's too funny and amazing and, spectacular to be the Highlander. They want a mopey, dopey, like angry person who's like, that's Henry Cavill.
Cast me
type of
as the
person.
fucking Highlander. Then people would fucking tune in. And every time I pick up the sword, I fart. That would be perfect. People would fucking watch. At this age, I'm 53 almost. You pick up the sword, you fart. Anything that's heavy. You never trust a fart, by the way.
You never have, you have no idea. I have Crohn's disease. I feel you, Goldie. Same thing. You can't trust the part. Can't trust the part.
Let's drink to the gas, baby.
Here's to the gas.
Cheers to shitting your pants, y'all.
Before I move on, I want to also say, before I move on, it's like I saw a lot of chatter about a Yoda spinoff, and I think that would actually be a lot of fun. Why have they not done that shit yet? Put Yoda doing flips and shit and having a great time with his force and fucking people up, and then baby Grogu can come in there and be like, I love you, and then he's like, fuck you, back off.
Little known fact, Yoda, they called him Fist of Fury. He was a compulsive masturbator.
Yoda was, huh? Yeah,
We're not talking about porno, dude. We're talking about the actual Star Wars movie, not what you watched.
Oh, I thought it was the gay porn Broda.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, we missed that.
He's got a fist up his ass all the time.
We missed that.
Well, speaking of zombie porn, I want to talk about Lisa Frankenstein because it kind of sounds like a little bit of zombie porn to me because pretty much, if you haven't seen it, the trailer came out for Lisa Frankenstein. It's about a woman who just she doesn't get normal guys and she falls in love with a cadaver and then she puts him in a suntan booth and he becomes alive again and they fall in love. It kind of reminds me of Warm Bodies a little bit, but again, it is a little bit of zombie porn a little bit. I'll put that out there, but it's coming out in February.
Now we're back on porn? Seriously?
It's zombie love, Sabrina. Zombie love you do. It's okay, but it's directed by Zelda Williams. Robin Williams' daughter directed this movie, which is interesting too that she's in directing. So here we go. I want to watch the trailer together. We'll talk about it, but here's the trailer for everybody ready for this? For Lisa Frankenstein. Let's watch it.
There's a young man. I talked to him. I wish I was with you.
I'm watching
really
this.
weird, Lisa.
I'm watching this.
I'm the greatest God created. Power dripping on the mission.
Taffy says it's a waste of time to try and fix up ways. Better just accept a guy's flaws.
Oh, that's so cute.
I can't do that. Not until we bury the body. There is no turning back now. I can't be saved. And in the next life they'll remember me.
Really hope this goth phase ends soon.
I'm in. I'm 100% in.
Yeah, me too.
All right, Goldie, we're going to you first. You want to see this? It's also Robin Williams' daughter, which is interesting that she went to directing.
Two things to say. Number one, Robin Williams' daughter could direct any fucking thing she ever wanted to. Talk about opportunity. And she chose this. That's enough to get me in the theater. And number two, that trailer looks fucking great. I'm in.
I mean, for like a Frankenstein twist too. It's like she brings him back to life, and it's different. It's not like the whole Mel Brooks world.
I'm in. It looks like again, back to stealing. It's a million different ideas rolled into
Yep.
one in a unique way. How many times
Yep.
have we watched the fucking American Idol where someone sings a Donny Hathaway song, but they changed it just enough to call it their own, and you want to get out of your chair and cheer for the person.
But
This
was
is what this
Roberta
movie
Flack
looks like.
involved?
Well, the closer I get to you. Anyway, that's right. That's right. Drink to that. Anyway, yeah, I'm in. I'm 100% in. Good for her. Like I say, it should tell you as an audience goer a lot. This industry is incredibly, well, it's fucked. And she being the daughter of Robin Williams, she's royalty. He's royalty.
Yep.
He was fucking great.
Swung wide open for her to do anything she wanted in this industry. Dude, she chose this. This is her directorial debut.
Yeah.
There's something to it. Go see it.
And as David Banner said, yes, Guillermo del Toro is also doing a Frankenstein movie. Also, Maggie Gyllenhaal's doing a Frankenstein movie.
That's the Bride of Frankenstein, right? Maggie's
that's the Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So
I don't think this has anything. The only thing Frankenstein.
No, it doesn't. But we're just addressing the chat.
There's a lot of Frankenstein movies coming. But this is like they call Lisa Frankenstein, but it's not really a Frankenstein movie the same way. It's it's more like bringing a zombie back to life. It's kind of Frankenstein in a way, but it's more like Warm Bodies. Everybody saw that movie before. Reminds me of that a little bit. More than Frankenstein, but again, it looks funny. It looks funny. And I think you're right, Goldie. I think that Zelda chose this for a reason. She's been very vocal about the AI shit recently because, of course, they've been trying to use her father's AI, like bringing his voice and using AI for it. They didn't use him in that whole Disney 100th anniversary type deal, but they got her permission, and it was something they recorded because he recorded like hours and hours and hours of improv. So they have so much Robin Williams on deck. They could do Genie for fucking 500 years probably if they wanted to. But she is very vocal and she's very talented, apparently. What I see right here, it looks good, Goldie. It looks good. It makes me excited about this movie. And I wasn't sure about this going into this. I saw it. I'm like, it's Halloween season. So I figured we'd watch this together. It looks good. Rachel, are you in the same? Rachel, are you in the same boat? You feeling good about this? Or are you also like, are you like, no, guys, you guys have it all wrong?
Oh, yeah. And just to address all the Frankenstein comments, Frankenstein has more or less become a colloquial term for any sort of reanimation sort of film. So
that makes sense.
This is as much Frankenstein as Frankenhooker was.
Frankenhooker?
Excellent film. I love Frankenhooker. If you haven't watched Frankenhooker, go watch it.
What the fuck is Frankenhooker?
It's another sort of campy comedy horror type film.
Like Cocaine Bear kind of, huh?
What?
In the same as Lisa Frankenstein. It's
okay.
A person falls in love, reanimates, all that kind of fun stuff. This looks great, though. I love the 80s setting of it. I think they've done a really good job with the stylization of it. I think that it's a really funny story, just to begin with. And again, as everyone else is saying, it's Robin Williams' kid. Of course, they're going to have an eye for comedy. So this is going to be hilarious front to back. I will absolutely be seeing this.
Yeah, it looks good. I like the whole suntan booth type deal too, and he even got the goggles on him too. So she's using the comedy in this as opposed to this could have gone different, whole different route. They would have made this different. They could have made it even more serious, but they say it's targeting millennials and stuff like that too. Frankenhooker, Queen loved Frankenhooker. She got that.
Great movie. And seeing a female-led horror comedy is so rare. I'm super excited to see another entry into that sort of realm as well.
It's happening. Sabrina, are you about this? What do you think? You want to see this day one in the theaters, bought in the seats, you buy and pick it now, or are you kind of holding back a little bit from this?
No, I'm absolutely. It kind of reminds me of Renfield a little bit, because it's like a fun, playful, take on Dracula was Renfield, and this is a fun, a popular younger take on Frankenstein. So I'm totally into it. Also, I find it really weird that three of you have spoken. Nobody mentioned Diablo fucking Cody.
Yeah, Diablo Cody is so fucking good.
Hello, Juno. She's fucking amazing. So I'm
bring it in, Sabrina. Tell us how you feel.
I'm super. What? Do you want me to lean into the camera?
Get in there, seriously.
Okay. Don't be a dick, Brian. Everyone drank, by the way, just real quick. Thank you. No, I'm super into it. I'm absolutely going to see it. I think the combination of Zelda and Diablo, by the way, 2 amazing fucking names. Like, let's say that 15 times fast. I'm totally into it. It looks amazing. It looks super fun. It looks quirky and funny and gory and, all of the things. I'm super jazzed. Is that What's Her Nuts from Ant-Man in the middle?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I love her.
She's so nice too.
Okay,
Cassie.
good. Yeah, that makes me even more happy. So, yeah, I'm totally in. The 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up, which I almost never, ever say when we watch a fucking trailer on the show. So, hope that counts for something.
Yeah, it's funny because she is really nice. I remember when we were working on Ant-Man, I had to run some scenes with her too, and she was fucking cool. And she's like, "Are you trying to be like Paul?" I'm like, "I'm just trying to do my thing here, I'm not trying to imitate Paul Rudd because he might give me shit, later on down the line." So that's all I'm saying. But this looks fucking good. It makes me excited about where they're going with this, and great for Zelda again. I think we all agree. Great for her. I mean, she comes from, of course, a family of like Robin Williams and his career. It's a hard path to go. She didn't go into acting, she went directing, and it seems like she's still following her father's footsteps, but finding a new way with directing and bringing comedy into the world. And Frankenstein, this could have been a lot different if you didn't have those comedy roots. So I'm excited about it. Hopefully it's fucking fantastic, and it's coming. If you're excited about Lisa Frankenstein, everybody, it's happening very soon in February. Get ready for it. What else is happening? Well, it's out right now, everybody. If you haven't seen it, Five Nights at Freddy's is out. And that is also about our feature story of the night. I want to talk about... I almost, every time I hear this, it's like, it's Friday, so my mind goes crazy. I hear Five Nights at Freddy's. I just think of that Tom Green movie, Freddy Got Fingered. I don't know why, but that comes in my head every fucking time I say this story out loud. But Five Nights at Freddy's came on theaters, direct also to Peacock, to the cock, the same exact time. Seems weird this time of age. Of course, we're during COVID that was happening a lot, but Peacock is still letting that happen, so they came out at the same time. I actually watched it last night, and I saw the trailers, and I was kind of excited about it, seeing the trailers, because it's really interesting. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, you can watch it on Peacock. I'm not trying to push that shit, but you can watch it. Go to theaters. Theaters are always better, but really, it's about Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. So there's these animatronic robots that are bears that are apparently in the 80s, they had this pizzeria. It got closed down because a bunch of kids disappeared. And now there's this guy who's Hutcherson plays him, and he goes in there to be a night security guard. And all of a sudden he finds out that these bears are murdering people. And there's where our plot starts. And I saw the trailers, and if you've seen the trailers, you'll understand that it looked like it was like this big horror movie. It's, of course, based off a video game, which I thought was interesting too. I didn't know that going into this. 2015 video game, and they had a couple sequels, and everybody was going nuts about this. They spent $68 million on this, or they $25 million on this, and they're projecting $68 million opening weekend for this whole weekend. They're projecting it might be even more than that. They're saying, but that's a huge win for the studio. Again, $25 million to $68 million, huge. They had like on Friday alone, from Thursday to Friday, $34 million. That's a huge opening for this, especially going straight to the Peacock on top of being in theaters. But I saw this and I was expecting this big horror movie type feel, and it's really not. Like the kids are like playing with the bears, and it's just weird to me. I expected like the next horror thing coming out of this. And maybe I'm totally wrong because I didn't play the games. But Blumhouse did this. Jim Henson's Creative Shop made this, or Creature Shop made this. And and Renaissance was part of this. And they were really excited about this. They want to do more with it apparently. And like Queen said, yes, it's based off a video game. But for me, it's like these old animatronics are so creepy. You see the picture right here. It's the weirdest fucking shit. Is it supposed to be a comedy? No, it's not supposed to be a comedy at all. It's like the play off Chuck E. Cheese. It's like if the Chuck E. Cheese came alive and started murdering bitches. But to me,
why it gotta be bitches?
Well, bitches can be anybody.
How about people?
You can be a bitch.
How about you call them fucking people?
I'm just saying they start
neutral term in this instance.
I don't know that it is.
Ask Peppy. Where's Peppy at right now? Which Peppy can weigh in, but he's sleeping. But yeah, you know what I mean? I can't hear you.
Your volume's off. You muted yourself, bud.
I said, fuck Peppy. We're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. Very excited.
I know. But if you haven't seen it, maybe you're excited about it, maybe you're not.
Fuck Peppy.
I was expecting more blood and gory and being like you see the trailers and you think it's going to be something fucking crazy. And it's a different story than you would think, but it's still entertaining. Sabrina, now I'm going to go to you first.
Yeah.
When you started watching with me, what do you think about this? Do you think this was a good concept? Is it going to change horror? Will they do a lot of these? Is it something that will be a Halloween classic moving forward? Or is it a fart in the fucking wind?
With those choices, I'm going to absolutely pick Fart in the Wind. It was a steaming pile of fucking shit. It was so fucking stupid. Like I love like Matthew Lillard is in it, and I love him. He's like such a, and I've worked with him on 2 different occasions, and he's a lovely human being. I really, really like him. So I was excited that he was in it. Aside from being a great actor, he's a great person, which is unfortunately they don't always go hand in. Okay, buddy, you did an impression and interrupted me, so drink twice. So yeah, I was really supportive of that. Also, it's PETA from the original Hunger Games, which I was kind of excited for because I really haven't seen him in anything but that. But just to be very clear, do not waste your time. It's fucking stupid, super boring, and extremely frustrating. Like
I got to interrupt.
What do you got for me, Ben?
Does anybody here have a 14-year-old child?
You do.
I do. They love this shit.
Really?
No.
They love it. They love it. They're
They
gonna
play the game?
It's not for us. Move on. It's not.
Jacob, did you see this? I want Jacob to answer me in the chat.
Jacob.
Did you see it, Jacob?
See? You see his chat? Five Nights at Freddy's was my childhood.
It was my childhood, yeah, but did he fucking see the movie? Because just because it was your childhood doesn't mean that the movie was fucking good. Because it wasn't.
Jacob, did you see the movie? Please respond.
I wanted to watch it.
Respond in the chat.
You tell Auntie how you feel about the fucking Five Nights at Freddy, bud. While we wait for Jacob.
But yes, yeah, Goldie.
Rachel, this seems like something you'd be into.
I did play the Five Nights at Freddy's games when they came out. So 20s. Nights at Freddy's games. There's a lot of really deep lore, and it's more of a suspense than a straight up gore horror slasher sort of situation.
Like a jump scare thing, right?
Yeah. So it's supposed to be 90% suspense, 10% jump scare. As far as the games were concerned, I haven't seen the movie yet.
Literally no jump scares.
The creator has become kind of problematic. They're really like fundamentalist Christian, anti-gay, anti-abortion. So I kind of don't want to give him money. So that's why I haven't played any of the more recent games or seen the film yet. But from the reviews that I see, it is really faithful to the games and the deep lore in the games. So this seems like it was really more of a love letter to the video game fans than to a general audience, which might not make it a hugely successful financially in the box office if the video game people are just streaming it or pirating it.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing.
You don't have to pirate it. It came out on Paramount Plus at the same exact time. Or Peacock, I'm sorry. Came out on the cock, as Brian loves to say.
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to shorten it. They said themselves.
It might not do financially as well as it should.
Hey, great. I'm just saying, like, I watched it, and I knew exactly what was happening roughly 24 minutes into the film. Mm-hmm. So that's not something, and I went to sleep, but I knew the ending. I knew the ending. I went to fucking sleep. I woke up. I'm like, yep, that's what happened. You know, and Jacob, by the way, answered everybody in case you're curious or didn't see his comment that I highlighted. He has not seen the steaming pile of shit.
Kevin was saying overhyping. The trades are overhyping it too. But I mean,
they really are.
Million. If they make 68 million opening weekend, that's huge.
Because it's Halloween weekend. Like, of course, people are going to go see a fucking horror movie.
It is
you can watch it on Peacock for free.
Full video game franchise. I cannot understate how much money that franchise made on merchandising and game sales alone. So, it's going to sell tickets because it was so massively successful prior to being a film.
I mean, it's a ripoff of Chuck E. Cheese, which is, you know, the relation point for me. I had no idea it was even fucking based on a video game until last night when I put that piece of shit on in my fucking living room. But honestly,
I want to respond to Queen. Sorry, Queen asked a question. Has there ever been a good video game movie? I don't want to go off topic, but there has very recently. Gran Turismo. Just throwing it out there.
I heard that was good, Goldie.
Oh, everyone hated it.
I heard that was good.
People hated it.
Something I do respect about the Five Nights movie is that they used practical effects. They made actual animatronic puppets.
Jim Henson.
Sure, great. No, the puppets were great. They looked great. It was amazing. The premise, the dialogue, the story was a steaming pile of shit.
I just think they should have gone. They should have gone big into it. I mean, like, yes, they're trying to, attract the kids because kids play the video games. End of the day, kids play video games.
It's not a
and so they're
kid's game.
trying.
I will point that out. It is like PG-13
Really?
plus. It should not be being played by young children.
Are they not murdering children? Like, are they still murdering children in the video game, or that's like a fucking spin-off situation?
It's a complicated storyline. There is child
I don't care
murder
enough to care.
Well, anyone who's a fundamentalist Christian who hates gays absolutely has child murder in their concept. True.
100%. There's a possibility allegedly. Yes, man, might be.
Also, related to Queen's comment, they're like The Last of Us is a really good show based on video games. So I would.
Mario Brothers movie. How much money does that make? Brian will give any minute.
Anytime he can plug that fucking movie, he will. So there he goes. I said he's gonna start singing. Drink. You're impersonating. Drink. You're not Jack Black.
I left my ass up. I love Tenacious D. So I felt.
I know movies made money.
Yep, they did. But I'm saying The Last of Us is a really, really good adaptation of a video game. Also, Twisted Metal, not as good in my personal opinion.
It's fucking great.
Not great in my opinion, but it did really fucking well.
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie, did a really good job. Like I guess like they're setting it up for the second season. Whatever the fuck it did, it did really fucking well. But The Last of Us was my definitely best example of a
Mortal Kombat. Anybody? They're doing more Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat is terrible, Brian. How dare you?
The first one was great. Second one,
They're all terrible. The most recent one, I wanted to jump off a bridge.
Well, because it's called Mortal Kombat.
Stop it. All right, next.
Finish him. Yes. But they try all these video games and stuff like that, but Freddy's got fingered as real estate Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, it's a different world.
Freddy Got Fingered is actually a really good movie that like from back in the day. It was like, it was an amazing movie. And I kept calling this that, which then I was mad that I'm glad you're drinking on your own.
That's the name of the Yoda spinoff. Yoda got fingered.
Bam.
Oh, fingered. I got
5 stars.
This was a really anticipated movie. People have been looking forward to this movie for the last 5 years.
Yeah, that's what made the featured story, because I know that I've seen the buzz. We didn't watch the trailer when it first came out because I don't really know much about it. But then I saw the buzz, and it's opening weekend, it's Halloween weekend, everyone's talking about it, and I felt disappointed by it. I mean, maybe kids are gonna love it, and it probably will work better for kids because it's really about like the family dynamic and love your family and you care about your family, but don't be and the robots love your family, love kids, but not people, not adults.
No, it's not. It's not. You're being way too generalized. It is a very specific situation, and I respect the situation, and I respect the revelation that the character has. I don't want to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil too much
I
here.
respect the journey that PETA has. I don't know his real fucking name. I'm gonna just call him PETA.
More Hunger Games talk.
Yeah, the Hunger Games. I respect his journey as a person, and I respect his, if we're going to go to Joseph Campbell's, like the hero's journey, his rebirth moment where he fucking is baptized and realizes what he's actually supposed to do in life, which is, congruent with every movie in the history of life. Not every, but most. So I get that. And I appreciate that. And I respect it. It's all good. However, everything surrounding that is just, the relationships aren't developed properly. Like, it's not explored properly. Like, it's very fucking guessable. Like, I literally knew within the first 20 fucking minutes what was going to happen, which is very annoying as a moviegoer. Even in a horror movie, which you're kind of like, well, everyone's like, whatever. Not the same. There was a lot of things that kind of rubbed me the wrong way and didn't make sense. And I could plot out the entire thing from start to finish. So that's not something that I want to waste 2 hours of my life fucking watching. I've got other things to do.
They never say his last name for a reason, too, I think, because it ties into more of the plot details.
Right. Anyone who watches that realizes that.
Yeah, there's more to it. But
it seems like a weird choice for me, not having seen it, having the Night Guard be such a narrative character, because that's the character you play in the game. It is a voiceless point of view character. It's like Doom. Like, I didn't understand how they were going to make Doom into a film, because you're just a POV sort of situation.
Thank you, Bruce Banner.
So I don't understand how or why they went with that choice instead of just telling more of a story about the background of Fazbear Pizza and the Purple Man and all the creepy stuff.
I mean, Yellow Bunny.
No,
Yellow Bunny's probably a big
that's all
part of it too,
learned
right,
like
Rachel?
weirdly through the Night Guard and this fucking cop bitch, who, by the way, it's Bex from You. She plays the cop. Also, fucking terrible. I had high hopes. She is terrible.
Not terrible.
She's a cop and she's so thirsty.
As you said, she's thirsty. Yeah,
as
she
soon
wants
as
to
she
get
shows
on
up,
that.
she's like, "Can I put my hand in your fucking pants?" It is so bizarre. It is so
doesn't
not.
actually say
there
that.
is no cop-like behavior. She like invites
Jacob.
herself in. She's trying to fuck the entire time, which is super fucking weird for a fucking cop in a horror
your
movie,
ass.
no less.
It's a lot of yelling. It's a lot of yelling.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
It is so fucking annoying. I'm infuriated.
Yeah. It's just
I went to sleep. I was like, I've had enough of this bullshit. I know how it ends. I'm going to sleep.
But it's based off a video game, so like you think that I watch it. I'm like, how do they do more video games based off this? Like, how do you do more? Goldie, so you said that your kids love it, right? So do you know much of the plot of this? You know, you watched it already, or you have not watched it yet?
I've not seen the
Obviously
film,
didn't
nor
watch
will I.
it.
I actually wouldn't want to have any lengthy conversation with any human being that would like to sit through it, except for my son, of course, who's 14 years old. You know, it's not my thing. It's not for us.
And Jacob said he didn't see it.
No, he didn't even see it. So I'm totally wrong. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I mean, it really isn't for us. I mean, my kids, they were into Five Nights at Freddy's. It was about jump scares. I imagine that it was made because they had a huge following as a game. And, you know, the guys with the money are like, let's make the picture. I don't care who's in it. Let's just do it and make the
Mouse.
money. We're back to what I said earlier. You know, it's about return. It's not about investment. So, you know, this is what you get. So I don't know why we're yelling and screaming about it. I mean, this is what we
Because
get.
I watched it.
I didn't.
I know, but I did. That's why I'm yelling and screaming about it, because I sat through it like an asshole.
Sabrina.
I know. Well, I made a bad choice.
Well, I heard there was so much buzz about it, like, let's watch this movie. So
Brian was super jazzed about it. He also hated it. Did you not?
It's really good. I mean, I didn't.
This is what happens when you make something that's not a sequel. Sometimes it sucks.
It just
Rachel. Nope.
It's okay to suck. That's what I'm saying.
Nope.
It's okay when things suck sometimes.
It's still technically a sequel. It's based off a fucking goddamn video game, so it's still not original. So I'm going to give you a hard pass on that statement.
But I think there's more originality in a video game than a reboot. I would say more originality there. Like you actually
still not original though.
It was a very original
everywhere all
video
at
game
once.
when it came out. It had a completely different setup than games before it.
Still not everything everywhere all at once, which is, by the way, fireworks.
I'm just saying there has to be room to suck if you want studios to try new things.
But this is the world we're in. Like they're looking for new
How come you
content.
have all those effects and no one else does?
Because I'm amazing.
Because Goldie, we use our iPhones. I can do it. Watch this. Maybe I'm not.
Great job, Brian. Happy Halloween, Brian.
There we go. We use our iPhones, and
I learned it.
on your iPhone. You can do all this stuff. I don't know if it's just the fireworks. I don't know what the hell.
Oh,
that is.
PETA. Oh, I'm sorry. Someone asked about PETA. I'm so
PETA.
sorry. Whoever asked.
From
No,
Hunger
PETA.
Games, you know?
PETA is from Hunger Games. Thank you.
Say this
Thank
too.
you, Queen.
I will say this too, which kind of blew my mind, was that right now it's been like 2 days. They're expecting 68, maybe even more $1 million opening weekend for this, and they're only projecting 50 million for the new Hunger Games, which is kind of surprising for me, you know, because, but again, it's different kind of Hunger Games, you know, it's a spin-off, but that's early projections, so it'll probably make more than that. But this movie, again, Goldie, what you're saying makes me make sense. That makes me believe what makes sense is that there's going to be an audience I didn't expect, which are the children that do love this, the video games that are going to go to the theaters to watch it, as opposed to watching at home on the
hit
Peacock.
hard in the 15 to 22 crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I didn't realize that. But then again,
No, I think they're gonna watch it, but they're gonna not fucking like it because it's a steaming pile of dog shit.
I think you're 100% right. I put $5 on Sabrina. She's 100% right.
Thank you, David.
But it's like
You're
they're
very
like,
welcome, Sabrina.
they're like playing with the freaking whatever they are, astronaut bear robot.
You want it? You want it? You want it?
It looked like I was be like, there's murder in this movie, guys. There's murder in this movie.
You want fireworks?
It's not what you would think it'd be though. It's off-screen murder, and so you're gonna see that. But I think that it could have been. You could have taken the franchise If it makes fucking $1 billion, great. They could have taken the franchise, spun it a little bit, make it more adult, and probably made more money, I think, honestly. And it could have been a Halloween classic because they have Jim Henson, fucking Creature Studios involved in this too. They look so great. But
yeah,
you know,
but wait a second. You know what? Wait, I got to interrupt. Just because Jim Henson, who doesn't get a lot of work, by the way, is involved, doesn't mean it's
true.
good.
See,
but they were.
If you're in the puppet fucking business and you get a call, the answer is yes.
Yeah, you take it.
Hello.
It's not the Kyoto Brothers. The Kyoto Brothers are so fucking good. Have you ever worked with the Kyoto Brothers before? They did like what was the Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Oh god, that movie terrified me.
Oh, it's so good. Their creature work is so fucking good. I worked with them on the Thundermans before, and they were awesome. Like I helped them puppeteer a rabbit
for
one
years.
time.
For years,
and they are awesome. They are fucking geniuses when it comes to puppeteering. Maybe they should have got the Kyoto Brothers. Shout out to the Kyoto Brothers. Check them out.
But you know what? If they got the call, they would have said yes, whether the script is good or not.
Also,
it's a niche business. I don't think we should gauge whether or not the movie has got anything going for it because of who's involved.
Yep.
We're all at work right now. You know
it's
what I mean?
true.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess my final kind of thoughts on it are I want it to fail because Scott Cawthorn sucks as a person and he doesn't deserve to make money. But I do want studios to allow things to fail because then they'll start to have more variety of films that they're making.
You're right.
You're right. That makes them understand that you got to give us good stuff. And we had a comment from Bruce Banner being like Ninja Turtles. They met Jim Henson made Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that was back in the day. Now they have animated stuff. But yes. Honestly, end of the day.
Also, by the way, love fucking Ninja Turtles. Like, let's be clear on that.
The new one was fun.
My jam.
It was fun.
No. I mean all of the Ninja Turtles. Like, I mean the original Ninja. I think that's what he's so
Ninja
watch.
Universe.
When I was like, growing up, I'm like fucking Saturday morning Ninja fucking Turtles. That was my fucking jam.
So good. End of the day, movies like this will keep. End of the day, movies like this will keep coming because they want to reboot things, make things different, take projects that haven't been in the limelight, and then they know they have a following, put in the big screen, and hope that it'll make money for them because they made money before. And we talked before, that's why we're in the strike right now because people want to make sure that they get their fucking pennies, their dimes, their dollars at the end of the day based off their work. And right now, Hollywood has always been this mindset of like, what made money for? Let's make more money off that. It's a fucking guaranteed deal. But those actors, those creators, those producers, I mean, everybody across the board need to be paid and taken care of because at the end of the day, all the people involved are what make the producers money and the studios money. So sign a fucking deal, AMPTP, and take care of the people.
Also, everybody drink.
Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for being on Cruise Control tonight. Cowabunga, David Banner. Thank you for being here as always. Happy fucking Friday. We had a great time tonight. As always, I love having people here on fucking Fridays. We drink, we have a good time. We talk about the fucking news. Goldie, thank you so much for being here as always. I appreciate it. Mr. David Goldsmith, he is the fucking man. He will fucking be able to tell you anything and everything about the business because this man knows fucking everything, and I appreciate you being here. I love you so much.
I'm going to give you a hot tip. This is an exclusive.
Get there.
For the Kruse. The studios have agreed to make a sequel to My Left Foot called My Right Foot, and they're going to make it. They haven't cast it yet, but I'm hearing rumors, so I'll keep you posted.
Can they use My Left Foot?
No, I've seen you walk. It's not going to make any money for anybody.
I know, we try so hard, but it is what it is.
We're looking to cast Pete Davidson as the Foot.
Wow,
very good call.
I think they'd rather use his dick. Rachel, thank you so much for being here on Cruise Control. Appreciate you so much. Hope you had a great time on this Happy Friday edition, the Queen of Drunk Friday. Thank you so much for being back here. Hope you have a great weekend. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. I'm glad to be here.
Enjoy your Halloween weekend. Miss Sabrina Vittori, my lovely co-host, thank you for being back here at Cruise Control as always. And hope you have a great weekend too.
Thank you so much. I am going to have a great weekend. I'm going to make sure of that. So I appreciate you giving me permission to do that. Also, David Banner, thank you so much. See you later. Queen, bye. Ryan, bye. Chris, Ty, everyone in the chat, GR, all my peeps, Zach, all y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Here's some hearts for y'all. Love you guys. Please come back.
Appreciate you all. She's sending the hearts out, the fireworks, and all that shit. Everybody out there, you gotta spread the love. Well, I think we're at like 647 or 48 subscribers. Tell everybody, I saw A Chinchilla came back. I'm so happy A Chinchilla came back.
Give it to him, Brian Kruse. What do you want to say at the end of every show?
Get it.
With the pressure on me, Goldie. But guys,
He's judging you hardcore.
Everybody, please like and subscribe to our Patreon if you can. And as always, everybody, tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, your your grandmas, your great-great-grandpas, and your great-great-grandpas who had fucking 500 children that all came back around from Mars, and they had fucking 500 fucking chinchillas that were adopted, and they're fucking killing skunks, but the skunks came back, and the skunks are fucking awesome, and they subscribe Cruise Control, but the fucking chinchillas didn't, and then the fucking dogs didn't, and the cats didn't, and the fucking marsupials, the fucking kangaroos, and the badgers, and the beavers, and the fucking dogs, and everybody else out there, the fucking mailman who fucking killed fucking beavers, and the beavers said, fuck you, cowards, fuck you, mailman, still fucking brother mail because he loves us, they fucking subscribe. Everybody in the world subscribe because you have to subscribe over there, they get there every day. We don't have everybody out there, so please come to Cruise Control, subscribe, like our fucking shit, subscribe to our Patreon, and as always, everybody, I can't fucking talk about it for a long fucking week. Please come back, we love you so much, and you better tell every fucking animal and your best friend and your next best friend, and everybody else there, please subscribe, come back, share the wealth, and like, please spread the word because we'll be back here on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there's Jacob, bringing the love to everybody. I love you so much. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your happy Halloween. Go out there, have a good time. Don't drink too much. Well, maybe drink too much. Who fucking cares? Have a great time. We'll see you next week. As always, everybody, and until then.